up, all my fight fans? So, this past Saturday, we had ourselves a great fight. And what I mean by great fight, we had ourselves a great boxing fight in Ryan Garcia and Mario Barrios. Now, it wasn't so great for Mario, but it was a great performance by Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia pretty much pitched a shutout. He was in there from pretty much, he was never out of the fight. He was always in it from the very first bell to where he knocked out Mario Barrios to the very end of the fight. I mean, the guy could not miss with the sharp jabs, with the sharp hooks. He was utilizing his right instead of his left. I mean, the guy was pretty much showing us a different style of Ryan Garcia. He was showing us, like, back prior to this fight, Ryan Garcia seemed like he was a one-trick pony, only with that left hook, and a lot of fighters were starting to figure him out a little bit. And he was having trouble with a lot of other fighters, such as Rolly Romero and Gervonta Davis, even though we all know that Gervonta Davis fight, he was dehydrated. But there's a lot more going into that fight, so we don't need to talk about that. Nonetheless, Ryan Garcia looked really, really good. Last time he looked this good, it was against Devin Haney, but again, that was all controversial because of his PEDs or performance enhances, whatever case may be, regarding that and to be in no contest. But yeah, Ryan Garcia pretty much just clearly, without a shadow of a doubt, unless something pops up, was 100% clean, 100% great, 100% was on his A game, 100% best against Mario Barrios. So, I mean, there really is not much else to do within the next couple of fights other than, I want to say, a fight with Shakur Stevenson. That would be a great fight for Ryan Garcia. I mean, it would be a pretty big one, and it's really great because a lot of these fights are not making a lot of noise within the 147 division anymore, or excuse me, like 147 and below. Like, there's not a lot of star-studded making fights. Not like back in the day when Floyd was around, De La Hoya was around, Manny Pacquiao was around. There really wasn't a whole lot going on now. But back then there was. But now we're getting these fights. We're getting Ryan Garcia, who is a big, massive star within the division. We got Shakur Stevenson, who had a great performance over Teofimo Lopez. That is the only fight I believe that needs to be made. Devin Haney, on the other hand, he's having some good performances, but I would love to see just a little bit more done. I mean, I wouldn't want too much to go into that because you got Shakur, who's really, really on his A game, and right now there really isn't a whole lot for him to do. Of course, there's Ben in there. I mean, there's a few other fights he could potentially fight Devin Haney too. But yeah, I'd rather have two stars going at it toe to toe with each other in Ryan Garcia and Shakur. That's my best guess for him. As far as Mario goes, I mean, the division has a few other fighters in there that he could go against that might help him a little bit because he's always struggled. I mean, the guy's already went through 2 draws. He's lost against guys like Gervonta Davis, Keith Thurman, and now Ryan Garcia. So he needs to really figure things out. He really needs to up his A game. He really needs to, go back to the drawing board, maybe with his training camp, or who knows, maybe get a different training camp and figure out what he needs to do best to get better in the ring. Because at the end of the day, when you struggle against a 45-year-old, 46-year-old Manny Pacquiao, when you cannot even get started against Ryan Garcia, who not necessarily is the greatest out there, he's really, really good, but I believe he had the potential to beat Ryan Garcia. I don't believe that he was that far gone. We saw he had a great performance against Ugas, and Ugas, he's a decent fighter himself. So, I do believe there's potential there. He just needs to work. He needs to look at his flaws. He needs to look at the things that are making him one step behind everybody else and try to nitpick at that. Try his best to fix those little mistakes so he can continue to be better. But as far as Ryan Garcia goes, our star is 100% made. We always thought he was just this one-trick pony, YouTube star, social media influencer. But no, this guy's a really legit fighter, a legit boxer. He is now a world champion, his first world champion. So yeah, you got to give him major props, 100%, guys. Let me know in the comments if you saw the fight. Let me know in the comments what you think is going to be next for Ryan Garcia and Mario Barrios. Let me know in the comments on what you thought of the fight overall. Let me know, guys. Like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.